Thank you, Eric Kane. Thank you. Do you find it odd that the traditional Battlefield YouTubers have not been very harsh critics of this game? I do. Especially since they were all invited to a creators event and suddenly had nothing negative to say. The harshest thing I saw was Battlefield 2042 dividing player base. Except Angry Joe. We can all count on his honesty. Anyway, I decided I'm gonna give a real and honest opinion on this game, and spoiler alert, it's bad. The issues with Battlefield 2042 on launch are not the same that Battlefield 4 had on launch. The problems are not the bugs or the imbalances, although those are plenty. The problem is with the very core design of the game. DICE has very obviously disconnected with their player base in favor of finding a new one that will be more comfortable with the formula they have whipped up here. They have created a game that has gone so far from the Battlefield brand, I would honestly be surprised if this was even originally supposed to be a Battlefield game. The things I loved about Battlefield 4 were the amazing levolution, the massive arsenal of guns, knives, and vehicles, the mostly brilliant map design. The gunplay was good, your shots went where you aimed, and vehicles were balanced by plenty of anti-tank and anti-air options. The class system, which has been a critical and defining trait of every Battlefield to date, was brilliant. Each role had strengths and weaknesses that forced you to make a sometimes difficult choice. It forced you to work together with variety on your team. It forced a balance that defined Battlefield. You couldn't be an anti-infantry machine with a 200-round magazine and also demolish any vehicle in your sight with an RPG. You couldn't be a one-man army. You were reliant on your team. I'm gonna go ahead and interrupt myself here in this part of the video. Look how fucking long it takes to get into a game. How long has the video been going now? How long have I been waiting? What is this? Battlefield 2042 obviously doesn't have classes, and the specialists are shit. Their abilities are pretty useless most of the time, and honestly, I would rather take a second gadget like a repair tool or an AT mine than a damn hack against vehicles that makes me stare at them so long I get killed, especially because most maps are barren wastelands with fewer assets than your average Wall Street Bets user. If I had a halfway decent rocket launcher, maybe I could kill one of those vehicles, but the only piece of shit rocket launcher in Battlefield 2042 takes 10 years to reload, and you have no idea how much damage you do to the vehicle because you no longer get points for that. Battlefield 2042 also doesn't have shit for guns or gadgets. Battlefield 4 had a plethora. There were more guns for one class in that game than the entirety of Battlefield 2042, and it wouldn't be so bad if they didn't all suck ass. I hope all the standard edition players today are ready to be killed almost exclusively by the PP29 and the SBK. There are some things that I actually like, that I actually think are alright with this game, and that's Hazard Zone and Portal. They are both lacking in content severely at the moment, but the specialists feel like they belong in Hazard Zone, even though most of them are steaming dog shit. I would love to see more maps and more guns added to Portal for more customization options, and I would also love to see progression in Portal. The sad reality that I'm expecting, however, is another Battlefield by Firestorm where they abandon these rather quickly and fail to come up with any sort of incentive to play them in the form of progression, achievements, or other unlocks exclusive to these game modes. I don't have high hopes. I mean, for Christ's sake, they took a survey where the majority of players said they didn't want specialists, and what did they do? They kept them. Fuck the community, says EA. Fuck the community, says DICE. Well, fuck you too, I say. I've had books I couldn't put down, movies and shows I couldn't stop watching, and video games I couldn't stop playing. Battlefield 2042 is not it. Yeah, maybe I had fun with the newness of it for a little while, but that honeymoon period is over. The names DICE and Battlefield have now been tainted, and I am honestly doing my best to not hate this game, but it is damn hard. It honestly makes me want to quit video games in general. The corporate interest and disconnected developers have eaten at the heart of this series that I had fond memories of, and this seems to be the ongoing trend. So congratulations, EA, you have successfully driven away a customer that you seemingly didn't want. On the bright side, Farming Simulator 22 is coming out soon. At least they listen to their community.